An appraisal is an opinion of market value done by a licensed and certified appraiser. This is essentially going through homes that have sold that are comparable to the subject property to determine their opinion of the market value. So during the buying process, the appraisal is done about 10 to 15 days into the buying process. It's usually done after the inspections, but certainly prior to closing. This is done for the purpose of the lender being able to validate the home as valuable collateral for that mortgage. I don't advise necessarily that you have an appraisal done prior to listing your home. The challenge we see is that two appraisers could have different opinions of value, and therefore the appraiser you have out who tells you what the home is worth in their opinion could be very different from the buyer's lender's opinion of value. So ultimately, the buyer's appraiser is ultimately the one we're going to have to satisfy to get to closing. The goal is always getting to closing, not just getting the contract. And so keep that in mind. Get with your agent and determine, based on things that have actually listed and sold, what your home could reasonably sell for. So oftentimes we see a contrast between an appraised value of a home and a true market value of a home. Now, what I mean by true market value is what a ready, able, and willing buyer is willing to pay for a particular home. To put this into context of what I mean in the disparity, a pool would be a great example of this. A pool is going to cost you anywhere from $40,000 to $75,000 to install a new pool. The appraiser is only going to give you anywhere between $12,000 and $20,000, at least in our current marketplace, for an average price point home. Another area we see a discrepancy would be in the property condition. So in a $400,000 home, if we've done $150,000 in additional upgrades recently, we're probably not going to realize all of those upgrades. I think this is fairly common knowledge, but I don't think most sellers understand how it impacts their market value and what they can ultimately close for based on the appraised value of the home. These are things we would love to be involved in the decision-making process if you're considering doing upgrades that you think may or may not bring additional value to you when you go to sell. So feel free and reach out to us, and we'll be happy to discuss your specific situation.